listening to the emergency alert system. All broadcast and cable systems shall transmit this message. This is Channel 12, and we will continue to serve the Portland area. If you are not in this area, please tune to a station covering your local area. Please close all doors and windows, and turn off all heating and ventilation systems.
Welcome back, folks. You heard the latest from the governor and the civil authorities in regards to the situation that has happened in the Cumberland County area some hours ago. But as of this moment, it seems that there has been a complete media blackout, and we are not getting a shred of information from any of the civil authorities or the news stations. What we were told was to broadcast to you the information about the help and medical stations, sometimes called rescue stations, if you are within the roadblock and need medical assistance. At first, the governor's office had stated that they did not want citizens to shelter in place, but they have since retracted that statement and allowed the sheltering in place of citizens in the state of Maine. The office of the governor has also stated that they are urging all citizens who are going to shelter in place to not let anyone into their home and to take all necessary precautions to defend their homesteads. We're still waiting to hear from our on-the-scene reporters, but as of the last few hours, we haven't had any contact with them. So for those of you listening to this broadcast on Channel 3 Community Access, we are going to be printing the list of the medical stations shortly. Please stand by. If you are just joining us, we have a rather unusual civil emergency going on at this time in Cumberland County. There are multiple different sources with multiple stories stating that there is a mob of disturbed individuals rioting and looting following the fire earlier this evening in Westbrook. Since that time, police and civil authorities have shut down access to Cumberland County and have set up several roadblocks to prevent travel. There are reports that this situation is being caused by the chemicals that were burning at the CCS chemical plant earlier this evening, but sources cannot confirm that at this time. We have just learned that there are other disturbances going on throughout the state, but in fairly isolated incidences. Basically, we are mostly concerned with the situation in the Cumberland County area, as this seems to be the epicenter of the disturbance. Okay, standing by, we have our reporter Tracy Green, who was covering the story earlier, who was standing by at one of the roadblocks in Cumberland. Tracy, what the heck is going on out there?
Tom, it is very tense out here with the roadblock, and it seems that many people are looking to leave the county, but the police and military are not allowing people to leave.
I'm sorry to interrupt, Tracy, but did you say that the military was involved?
Yes, there are a lot of military vehicles along with police personnel and vehicles here on the scene. There has been a lot of damage done to property, and many people are scared for their lives tonight.
Tracy? What the hell is going on out there? Tracy? Apparently, from what we just heard, the disturbance seems to be growing in size at this time, and it appears that the disturbance has broken through one of the police barricades. This is not good. Ladies and gentlemen,
we interrupt the following programming to bring you this civil emergency message. Please stand by for important information regarding your area. The following message is being transmitted by order of the Governor of the State of Maine. Here is the latest on the situation in Cumberland County. The Maine Emergency Management Agency has begun to set up rescue stations in the following cities within Cumberland County. In Portland, the Arthur Gould School, Baxter Academy, Breakwater School, Casco Bay High School, Cheverus High School, Daniel Mahoney Middle School, Deering High School, Dora L. Small School, Dyer Elementary, East End Community School, Frank Brown Elementary School, the Fred Hall School, Glickman Academy, Harrison Lisseth Elementary, Holy Cross School in South Portland, Howard Reich School, and the James Otis Elementary School. In the city of Falmouth, Falmouth High School, Middle School, Elementary School, and Pine Grove School. In the city of Gorham, Gorham High School, Gorham Middle School, Great Falls Elementary, Narragansett Elementary, and Village Elementary School. In the city of Westbrook, Oxford Cumberland Canal School, Sacarapa School, Spring Harbor Academy, Westbrook High School and Middle School, Westbrook Regional Technology Center, and Congan School. In the city of Buxton, Bonnie Eagle Elementary School, and Buxton Center Elementary School. In the city of Scarborough, Eight Corners Elementary School, Morrison Center, Pleasant Hill, Scarborough High School and Middle School, and the Wentworth School. In the city of Wyndham, Wyndham High School and Middle School, and the Manchester School. In the city of Cumberland, the Russell School, Songolock School, and Steep Falls Elementary School. If you are unable to make it to one of the mentioned rescue stations, please make your way to the nearest hospital. This message will be retransmitted in 1 minute. You are listening to the emergency alert system. All broadcast and cable stations shall transmit this message. This station has interrupted regular programming at the request of the governor's office to participate in the emergency alert system. During this emergency, most stations will remain on the air to bring you the latest news and information to the public in assigned areas. You are listening to WRFF, and we will continue to serve the Portland area. If you are not in this area, please tune to a station covering news for your area. You listening to the emergency alert system. Remember to keep all doors and windows locked and to not let anyone into your home. Do not use your telephone. Telephone lines should be kept open for official use only. The emergency alert system has been activated. You are listening to the emergency alert system. All broadcast and cable stations shall transmit this message. This station has interrupted regular programming at the request of the governor's office to participate in the emergency alert system. During this emergency, most stations will remain on the air to bring you the latest news and information to the public in assigned areas. You are listening to WRFF, and we will continue to serve the Portland area. If you are not in this area, please tune to a station covering news for your area. You're listening to the emergency alert system. Do not use your telephone. Telephone lines should be kept open for official use only. The emergency alert system has been activated. The following message is being transmitted by order of the Maine Emergency Management Agency and the State Police. This is an evacuation watch for the counties of York, Oxford, Androscoggin, and Saginaw. At approximately 6:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, it was confirmed that the mass of disturbed individuals inside of Cumberland County have challenged the police blockade and have broken out of the blockade in several areas, and are currently attacking the public in increasing numbers. These people are to be treated as extremely dangerous. Do not approach them, and do not open your doors or windows at any time for people outside. At this time, the governor is recommending that all citizens receiving this broadcast consider evacuating to the mentioned rescue stations, or evacuating the mentioned counties altogether, as military personnel will be brought in to deal with the situation. The governor would also like to request that once military personnel are in the area, that you remain in your home, and do not go outside, unless directed by the civil authorities. We have just received a message that the governor has locked down the city of Portland as there is a major disturbance there, and the civil authorities are currently working to regain control of the situation. At this time, it appears that martial law is being implemented in the city of Portland, and all citizens are being asked to evacuate the city now or hole up in a safe haven until given the all-clear by the civil authorities. If you are unable to make it to one of the mentioned rescue stations, Please make your way to the nearest hospital. This message will be retransmitted in 1 minute. You are listening to the emergency alert system. All broadcast and cable stations shall transmit this message. This station has interrupted regular programming at the request of the governor's office to participate in the emergency alert system. During this emergency, most stations will remain on the air to bring you the latest news and information to the public in assigned areas. You are listening to WRFF, and we will continue to serve the Portland area. If you are not in this area, please tune to a station covering news for your area. You are listening to the emergency alert system. Remember to keep all doors and windows locked and to not let anyone into your home. Do not use your telephone. Telephone lines should be kept open for official use only. The emergency alert system has been activated.
Good evening again, everyone. This is Tom from WRFF in Portland, where we have reports now of the disturbances breaking out in many areas outside of Cumberland County. I have just received word that we have to move to a safer location here at the station. Apparently the wave of disturbance is, well, we have to leave the air for the moment. We will return to you shortly, and we will return you to the emergency alert system until we get into a safer place, so please stand by.
You are listening to the emergency alert system. All broadcast and cable stations shall transmit this message. This station has interrupted regular programming at the request of the governor's office to participate in the emergency alert system. During this emergency, most stations will remain on the air to bring you the latest news and information to the public in assigned areas. You are listening to WRFF, and we will continue to serve the Portland area. If you are not in this area, please tune to a station covering news for your area. You're listening to the emergency alert system. Do not use your telephone. Telephone lines should be kept open for official use only. The emergency alert system has been activated.
We are back here at WRFF. This is Tom Schaefer with you on the latest. We are now moved to a safer area of the building as there was a lockdown and securing of the building going on earlier. This situation is of the most critical, and to those receiving this broadcast, we say again that if you have a chance to make it to a rescue station, please do so as soon as possible. If not, hole up in a safe location and do not let anybody inside. And remember to lock all doors and windows as a precaution. We are receiving numerous reports of what is happening around the state, and this is fast becoming a statewide crisis. All of the reports that we are getting at this time involve groups of individuals, usually numbering in the 20s or 30s in size, attacking and slaughtering individuals that they come into contact with. There are several reports that we have been fielded within the last few minutes, including one from Mercy Hospital that states that these perpetrators have not only attacked, but have cannibalized their victims, as the hospital is currently receiving an overflow of victims that have been bitten after encounters with these individuals. This is coming from a statement faxed from the hospital a short time ago. We are now getting another report from the York Police Department that states that they have come in direct contact with these individuals as well, and that they are not responding to commands or redirection, and one officer states that a perpetrator was shot as many as 80 times and did not stay down. The police department goes on to say that many of their officers were wounded in attacks with these groups and that they are continuing to grow in size. I'm sorry, folks, we have a situation here at the station. We can hear the disturbance right outside of our office. Kenny, can you get a mic over there? Okay. This is absolute pandemonium here in Congress Square Plaza. The perpetrators are tearing this place apart. They're attacking all over the place. They are breaking car doors, they are smashing buildings, they are tearing at people. This is a scary situation that we are witnessing here, and as you can hear, there is gunfire in the background as well. This is unlike anything we have ever seen. Apparently, ladies and gentlemen, we have just received word from the governor's office that they are going to be declaring a state of martial law in the entire state of Maine and that there will be a major military presence brought in. We may be interrupted by the EAS, and if we are, we will be back shortly. Again, we are to relay the information about the rescue stations to the public, which are trailing at the bottom of the screen now or will be broadcast on the EAS, and we urge citizens to seek them out if they are not in a safe location. Remember, this is a serious civil emergency, and we would like to make a statement based on
We interrupt all broadcasting to bring you this civil emergency message. The following message is being transmitted by order of the Governor of the State of Maine, the Maine Emergency Management Agency, and the State Police. Due to the escalation of disturbances within the Cumberland County area, and the new incidents that have occurred in the York, Oxford, and Androscoggin counties, the Governor has declared a martial law for the entire state of Maine as of 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Military personnel as well as state and local law enforcement have begun to secure areas of high population and have begun to shut down all major roadways and interstates at this time. Members of the scientific community are working to better explain this phenomena. However, there is no definitive explanation at this time. The Governor and the Maine Emergency Management Agency are urging citizens to make their way to the listed rescue stations and to not occupy private residences no matter how secure or privately stocked. Patrols of military personnel will be making their ways through neighborhoods to take people to rescue stations should you want to go. You are listening to the emergency alert system. All broadcast and cable stations shall transmit this message. This station has interrupted regular programming at the request of the Governor's office to participate in the emergency alert system. During this emergency, most stations will remain on the air to bring you the latest news and information to the public in assigned areas. You are listening to WRFF, and we will continue to serve the Portland area. If you are not in this area, please tune to a station covering news for your area. You're listening to the emergency alert system. Do not use your telephone. Telephone lines should be kept open for official use only. The emergency alert system has been activated.
All right, try that one. Hello? Oh, I think we're back here at WRFF, yes? Okay. Folks, this situation is just completely out of control, and to those receiving this broadcast, we are abandoning this station, and we will be switching the news coverage over to WMTN in Augusta. Again, this station has become unsafe, and we are going to try to resume transmission from another site, but in the interim, your news will come from Channel 11 on cable or Channel 112 on satellite. And I am sorry, folks, but after what we've seen so far, and I don't care what the authorities say, if you are able to get to a rescue station safely, great. If not, stay indoors. If you have any firearms or weapons available in the residence or shelter, make sure that they are loaded and ready, and be prepared to use them in the event of an attack. The last report that we have over the wire is stating that these beings that are perpetrating these attacks are non-responsive to regular communication or engagement and cannot be stopped unless the brain is incapacitated or severed from the rest of the body. Please protect yourself at all costs. This is Tom Schaefer from WRFF, signing off, hopefully temporarily. Thank you.
Please be aware that the military will be conducting riot control and suburban control measures, so please remain indoors and away from windows and doors until further notice. Remember, if you choose to go outdoors, you place your life at risk. The military would like to ask that you go to the lowest part of your home or shelter. If you do not have a basement or shelter, Please move to the centermost part of your residence and place as many objects as you can between you and exterior walls. You are listening to the emergency alert system. All broadcast and cable stations shall transmit this message. This station has interrupted regular programming at the request of the governor's office to participate in the emergency alert system. During this emergency, most stations will remain on the air to bring you the latest news and information to the public in assigned areas. You are listening to WRFF, and we will continue to serve the Portland area. If you are not in this area, please tune to a station covering news for your area. You are listening to the emergency alert system. Remember to keep all doors and windows locked, and to not let anyone into your home. Do not use your telephone. Telephone lines should be kept open for official use only. The emergency alert system has been activated.
It's 10:35 a.m. This is Tom Schaefer back with you with the latest on this situation. We have seen military personnel dealing with this situation, and from the looks of things out here in Portland, things do not seem much better. There are many tanks and personnel carriers here, and wait a second. Now it looks like that they're leaving. Folks, we are seeing what looks like the military pulling out of the area at this time. Troops are running in the opposite direction, and I see tanks are leaving the square as well. Huh. Well, perhaps the situation is under control. But, anyways, since we last spoke with you, there has been a lot of interesting pieces of information. The first is that the Centers for Disease Control in Augusta has made a statement that this phenomenon is in no way associated with a virus or bacterial contagion. They are certain that there is a more acceptable alternative explanation for this situation. Secondly, the President is well aware of this situation and will be speaking at noon from the White House. He met with members of Congress earlier in a private chamber to discuss the situation and what the best course of action is in this matter. We can only hope that they find an effective solution. The good news to all of this is that the reports that we have gotten from other counties and cities has been that the military response has been good, and they are regaining control of the situation in outlying areas. Due to the swift response of your civil authorities and police departments, this issue was able to be contained to isolated incidents outside the barricade. I wish the same could be said in Portland, but this is what we have at this time. We are getting a lot of blackout from other stations, and our phones seem to be down at this time, and we will keep trying on that. And we've noticed that, what the hell is that? A missile!
We interrupt all broadcasts to bring you this emergency action notification message. This is a national emergency. All broadcast and cable systems shall transmit this message. The following message is being transmitted by order of the Governor of the State of Maine and the White House. A nuclear weapon was detonated in the Portland area only a few moments ago, and there is extreme damage over the entire Portland and Cumberland County area. It is unclear at this time where the weapon originated from, but intelligence reports believe that it may have been a separatist group, although no one is assuming responsibility at this time. All persons receiving this broadcast must now prepare for the possibility of fallout and damage from the shock wave. Fallout is a product of nuclear explosions, and exposure to fallout is deadly. Please turn off all heating and ventilation systems to prevent exposure to fallout. Remember to keep all doors and windows closed and do not go outside unless instructed to do so by the civil authorities. As a precaution, all citizens in a 200-mile radius of Portland should seek a fallout shelter or basement immediately. The President of the United States would also like to ask that all citizens along the eastern seaboard be prepared to seek a fallout shelter at any time, as a separatist group or terrorist cell could strike at any time. You are listening to the emergency alert system. All broadcast and cable stations shall transmit this message. This station has interrupted regular programming at the request of the White House to participate in the emergency alert system. During this emergency, most stations will remain on the air to bring you the latest news and information to the public in assigned areas. If you are not in this area, please tune to a station covering news for your area. You are listening to the emergency alert system. Remember to keep all doors and windows locked and to not let anyone into your home. Do not use your telephone. Telephone lines should be kept open for official use only. The emergency alert system has been activated.